So this question starts off by giving us this equation, 2000 minus 61k equals 48. I could simplify that, actually. I'm not going to quite yet because I want to make sure I understand what's going on, but we can definitely subtract 2000 from both sides, divide by negative 61. This is the non-calculator section, though, so that might take some time. So let's just read this and see what we're asked to find. The question says, in 1962, the population of a bird species was 2,000. All right, so that's where this comes from. The population K years after 1962 was 48. All right. And K satisfies the equation above. Which of the following is the best interpretation of the number 61 in this context? Okay, so to me, right, if K represents a number of years, this is our starting point, we must be losing 61 birds a year, right? Because after K number of years, we're going to have 48 birds. We started off with 2,000 birds. We're losing 61 per year, right, which is why it's minus. And then once we multiply that 61 by the number of years, for however many years that is, we end up with 48 birds. So that makes complete sense to me. Let's look at the answer choices and see what those say. A says the population K years after 1962. Well, no, that was 48. The question told us that was 48. So A is impossible. Choice B, the value of K when the population was 48. No, because the value of K is some unknown number of years after 1962. So we wouldn't have an unknown number of years with a coefficient that represents that number of years right in front of it. So choice B is gone. C, the difference between the population in 1962 and the population K years after 1962. Also not true. 61 is not that difference. Obviously, we have a difference between 2000 and 48, which is a lot larger than 61. So choice C is gone, which means choice D has to be the right answer, but let's just check it. Choice D says the average decrease in the population per year from 1962 to K years after 1962. Absolutely the case, right? We are multiplying this value by K years in order to get down to our value after K years. So this is our average decrease in the population. Choice D is absolutely the correct answer here for that reason. So not a lot of strategy here, guys. This is all about understanding equations and understanding how this equation relates to the information provided in the question. So a lot of these answers don't make any sense because of our understanding of what's provided in the question. And hopefully, if you were to, for instance, just say, well, hey, like we could simplify this and solve for K, which would tell us exactly the number of years, which would also help you to understand why most of these answers are incorrect. And just by a little bit of understanding, we know that this minus 61 has to represent, right, how many birds are dying each year, how many birds you're losing per year to the population.